Hello, it's Amy with Paper Moon Journals. I wanted to thank Stephanie for picking up this journal so quickly. I listed it in my Etsy shop. I hadn't even shared it yet, and she went ahead and grabbed it. Boy, I sure appreciate each and every one of you that watch my videos and people who patronize my shop. Um, Especially since there's been a hitch with our food stamps, have been stopped. Hopefully, they'll make that up to us. Um, I can't seem to get my social worker to return my phone call. Everybody's going through something, and you're not alone there. Let's look at this beautiful journal and forget all about it. It has these cohesive bronze colored ocean themed charms. Let me see if I can get them all kind of sticking out so you can see them. And it was over $10 just for the jewelry piece that's on the cover that has the little shakeable shells and stuff in it. It inspired adding shells to the cover. Um, that what's it called, octopus on her hat was a another charm that I glued on. So I have my box full of pre-made ephemera from and again, this is a great tip if you're not feeling well, you're not feeling up to making things, cutting and gluing, just cutting out the ephemera, gluing it onto some backing sheets, cutting it out again. Very, very relaxing. So if I'm not feeling well enough to be creative or just not feeling creative, then that's what I do. And for a couple months, that's all I did. That's all I was able to do. So I had like quite the tub full of spare ephemera. And then, of course, I print out all the kit ephemera, I make layered tags. In this case, I mix sea glass with Starboard and then some blank neutral pages from probably My Porch Prints. They have some pretty great lined and neutral page kits. Um, and the fussy cuts from here were really fun. I added glitter to all of like the feature pages. Sometimes it catches on camera, sometimes it doesn't, but trust me, I need to invest stock in that Stickles glitter. Um, so yeah, I really love how this came out, and apparently it was a big hit because it sold right away. I didn't figure I'd have any sales soon since I had such a big June. That people were probably tapped out. I tend to just have like a few customers that repeat. I don't have a lot of customers. So if I sell 7 journals, it might only be 3 customers, and two of them are probably regulars. I would say regulars just as in I that I recognize their name when when a sale comes up at my shop. I still haven't made any extra ephemera to give out as gifts, so I'm giving out fancy pens um, to use with the journals. But I love the sentiments, the way the two kits work together, the sea glass and the starboard, and that sari silk was just the right color. And I have all those charms that I bought the last time I made a nautical themed journal. I might make another one this summer. I'm not sure. I'm trying to tempt myself into doing Halloween, but with my illness, for whatever reason, the Halloween feels morbid and depressing. Even though I make it really cute and fun, little Halloween cats and cutesy and everything, little pumpkins and things. It just isn't doing it for me right now. I'm not, I didn't last year, and it doesn't look like this year. Not feeling the Halloween because the summer is normally when I would start making Halloween crafts in anticipation for fall. You have to be ahead of the game there. Often in August, September is when people are looking for Halloween. I don't know, maybe things will change, but for now, um, Halloween just feels like a thing for me. Maybe it's because it was so big before, and then now I've really had to scale things back. Like before, Halloween and Christmas were my biggest months, um, and I would do quite well. And we could live off of that for a couple months. Groceries and stuff and restocking supplies. Again, thank you so much. When every time I get sales, I go and restock supplies. So it might be time to buy more Stickles glitter. Like every couple days, I'm going through a thing of Stickles glitter since my bookkeeping business has really died down. I did get an email for somebody local requesting a bookkeeper. Hopefully, it's not a salesperson It looks like somebody who just really needed help getting their bookkeeping caught over. And they said transitioning. So I wonder if they're moving to QuickBooks Online, because QuickBooks is getting rid of desktop. I know that's boring bookkeeping stuff, not crafting stuff, but that's my day life. I just wish I had more of it. Before I had to keep my hours down to 4 hours a day, and now I'd be lucky if I, 4 hours a week maybe now. Part of it's because I'm really fast and good at what I do. So, but it leaves lots of time, lots and lots of time for working on journals and making journals and using up those extra stuff. As long as I feel good enough. I still have a couple more weeks before we do another treatment, and I have no idea what his plan is. I'm going to try not to think about it. I'll find out on Friday. I'm hoping it'll be conservative again, but you just never know because I've been through a few doctors, and sometimes they like forget how precarious my body is and decide to get real aggressive. Um, so slow and steady will win the race here. Um, I'm hoping he'll be nice and collaborative. I don't know. It's a tough situation to be in because they have all the control and over the decision making of what's going to happen and how fast and so forth, and then I'm just along for the ride. So I'm super, super relieved and grateful this last treatment was conservative and has gone fairly well. Obviously there's been bad days and bad times, but it hasn't been so awful that I lost all my creativity and desire to make beautiful things. If anything more, I just can't sit still. I was a workaholic, and then didn't realize that I didn't really have any friends because I spent all my time working. I turned my crafts into my hobbies into businesses. This, and then I used to have a doll customizing channel that had monetized. That was the first thing that I had to let go when I got sick because I would just work myself to death on that channel alone with the video editing and things like that. So I just definitely don't have the energy for that level of video editing. I would put pop ups and sounds and noises and all kinds of stuff. I had several really complex doll conversion projects planned where I'd already bought all the parts and pieces, the dolls and stuff to do it. I don't know, maybe I can get to that, maybe not. It just feels like too much. The journal making feels appropriate, the appropriate level of energy. Um, and the other thing, and stress. This comes to me with no stress. I have little to no stress making journals. Listing them and doing the videos sometimes will give me some anxiety. I don't know why, because let's say I've had 400 sales on Etsy. Very few of those were digitals. So I've probably sold, 370 something or 380 something journals. You'd think listing and sharing them wouldn't be that big of a deal, but my heart does pick up a pace and I just feel a little nervous, a little anxious. I think it's because it's almost like when I do the videos, I'm like asking for approval. I don't know if that's what it is. It's some subconscious thing, that's for sure, because I'm not consciously aware of what it is that makes me feel a little anxious about doing those. If you're a creator and you feel a little anxious when you film your videos, let me know. Um, Not real anxious, but like I said, my heart just picks up a little bit. I get a little adrenaline rush, feel a little bit of stress. I think it's because the sharing part of it. The sharing comes with trying to make a living and support the family and um, sell it. Hoping that somebody likes it. Really, that if it just sits there and it doesn't sell, then I feel like, oh, nobody liked it. So yeah, I had a sale at the beginning of the month. I probably won't have another sale. If the next treatment goes well, I will probably celebrate with a sale. That starts on the 20th of July. And then, I give it a couple days Even if it goes well, I'm like, I give it a couple days to wait and see if sometimes it takes my body a minute to notice that things have happened. Um, Sometimes it doesn't. You know, the time I ended up in the hospital last time, back in April, I woke up horribly ill. Like I went to go change clothes like that afternoon after work and felt kind of tired and laid down and then couldn't get out of bed for a week, due to the health complications. So, and I'm still waiting on specialists. Like so far, I'm dealing with a lot of my pre-existing health conditions all on my own while I have one specialist gung ho on his job. So, um, but I'm thankful for each and every day, each and every one of you, and this journal sure came out beautiful. I'm so thankful. Like that it sold the day after I listed it, before I even shared it. That really makes me feel good. And of course, a regular customer. So then she kind of knows what to expect. She didn't have to wait for the full flip through, maybe because she's bought a few of my journals before, and almost always, or I think always, they're so much nicer in person than they look on camera. Part of it's because you just can't see how much glitter is actually there. Part of it's the texture. But yeah, they're really pretty. Thanks for checking it out. Have a wonderful day.